Black marble floors, footsteps echo through the villa. Velvet on the drinks, chrome handles on the Skrilla. Ghost in the driveway, tent darker than a secret. The grill splash once, whole room going speechless. Nights been sleepless, they're throwing shit together like a genius. The blade was steady cutting up the block to feed the demons. Got many reasons why I feed the fiendish every season. Treat the tech like a salt shaker, leave the street season. I'm a cut product, no additives in the mixture. A brick of pure truth sitting heavy in the picture. Most of these cats airbrushed, painted for the camera. I'm brushed on the steel, scars baked into the character. Fur collar hanging off the shoulder like a king cake. Old money habits, new money in the briefcase. Cigar smoke curling through the chandelier crystals. Every move has been deliberate, never accidental. Realest fingerprints left behind on the evidence. Realest cracked knuckles, earthy fades and experience. Raw like the ocean when the hurricane's spinning. No filters on the water, just survival and ambition. It's the real raw nut cut special. Change the channel if you can't fuck with my level. I keep the block hot enough to twist every mental. The shit I spit is cold enough to scare off the devil. They said don't be a menace, but I'm not in South Central. The boys from my hood moving on presidential. The all black master match the gad and the Hellcat. Keep it fast stacked for when my shorty go mental.
Yo, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Real Raw Uncut Podcast. I'm your host, Rels. Before we get started, make sure you guys go like and subscribe. Go hit that subscribe. Go smash that like button. 2920 Network on YouTube. Make sure you guys go follow that. Make sure you get me all the content I could get, all the likes. It'll help out a lot, especially for future content. Right now, I'm back with my brother again. We got a lot of things in the work coming up in the future. We got a lot of stuff coming up. He got that 49er hat on as he should. Only football team that matters. It's only football team that matters. But
6 days.
That's right. Yo, bro, I can't wait. I can't wait too. Welcome once again, my bro Mac. What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
Chilling, man. Yeah, I can't wait for that season
Got
either.
the colors.
I see. I can't wait for that season either, man. Wait.
We healthy.
Finally got a number one wide receiver who seems like his head is in the right space. Unlike the
I
other wide receiver.
His head is where it needs to be right now.
Unlike that other wide receiver we got who we ain't playing.
What are you talking about? What's his name? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
He won't be on the team come training camp, hopefully.
He might not be on any team at the way he's been acting.
I'll be honest with you. If I feel like being an asshole, if I was Lynch, I'd hold him.
I think they are. They have no reason to cut him.
Like, let him just sit there.
Yeah, they got no reason to really cut him, though, because he's not playing. He don't. So I read that they're not paying him because he was supposed to get rehab with the team doctor. He didn't do it, so therefore he's like on some list where they don't even got to pay him. They could just keep him there.
Yeah, but he also got to apply to the commission officer to come back to the team.
And he don't want to do that. That's how bad he quote unquote.
He can't even get traded until he does that. So I mean, if you really wanted to be traded, you got all that bread. If you wanted to be traded, you would have did that from the gate.
CTE is a hell of a drug, man. CTE is real.
Yeah, and clearly he's showing it early.
Bro, we was watching him crash out in real time. Like
I be watching some of his videos and I'm like, yo, can't somebody just go grab him and be like, yo, come let me talk to you for a minute. You bugging.
Bro, how he crashed out on Washington's quarterback like he's on the team, though.
The funny thing, he's like, yo, this is my team. Like,
yeah.
Since when?
Yeah, exactly. Dude is crazy. Anyway, man, what's going on? What's new? How's the week so far?
Chilling. The week interesting. It's crazy out here, yo. Shout out to all the New Yorkers, I guess New Jersey, Connecticut, upstate, Canada. We dealing with these wildfires, and it got New York on punishment, I guess. Nobody should really be outside.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Especially if you got respiratory illness, your behind should be in the crib posted.
Yeah, it's crazy right now, and I can't even avoid it. I'm out in the streets all day delivering, so it's one of those things you can't even avoid it.
You should go inside and just work the register or something.
Nah, I can't do that, man. I don't want to deal with people money. I'll tell you right now, the advantage of being a mailman, right? If anybody out here who's a listener can understand with me, the advantage of being a mailman is once you hit the street, you are your own boss. Unless you got to go back to pick up something from the office, management does not bother you. Like, it's a beautiful thing. You're literally on the street from the time you hit the road to the time you get back.
But how long are you normally outside?
From about, I want to say about 9:15 to probably about 3:45, 3:50.
Straight?
Yeah.
Yo, bro, you doing all the cardio.
I walk a lot, bro. I walk a lot.
That's all the cardio.
I would tell you. Now, there's a lot of my route. I don't have to get out the truck because the mailboxes are like right in front. But like,
what you mean the mailboxes are right in front?
All right, so I have a truck called the LLV, right? It's the truck. It's the small box truck. I don't know if you ever seen them where the guys are like the steering wheels on the right hand side.
Yeah, that's like the regular mail truck.
Well, yeah. People associate it as a regular mail truck, but a lot of people don't know that the steering wheel's on the right hand side. So
if you walk past it, you know it's on the right hand side.
But the reason is for that is because you know how like certain houses have mailboxes like at the edge of their block, like say for example, your house will have a mailbox like in front of your door. Some people have mailboxes like
on the curb.
On the curb. So the design for that truck is so that you don't have to get out the truck. You literally just stick your hand out, put the mail in the box, and keep it pushing.
That's some lazy shit.
I mean, it is some lazy shit, but as a mailman who's been doing this for 20 years, man, it's a beautiful feeling when you get a route when you don't have to do much of that. So my route is made up of like, because I just got a new route. I've just been on this route for about, I want to say a month and some change. So this route is basically, most of it is like walk to the house, but walk back to the truck, like not walking through the blocks. And then a lot of it is like walking. I don't have to get out the truck at all. I could just put my hand out in the box and come back. But then there's a part of my route. There's like maybe like 45 minutes to an hour where I'm just literally walking. Like I'll go to the truck, get the mail, walk up the block, walk back down the block to the truck, get out, go to the next block and do the same thing over for like.
You don't get that? You don't use the pushy thing?
Nah. There's only one route in my office that uses it, honestly. Everything else is like you pretty much go to the block, park in the middle of the block, walk up and down the block, you come back.
That's not bad at all. I know people that like my block, the mailbox is on the door. So
yeah, you might have the push carts there. Some people have satchels.
Yeah, I see people with the satchel. I see both push carts and satchels.
Yeah, but like my route's more like I wouldn't call it a retirement route, but it's like one of the fairly easier routes in the office. I mean, I've been there 20 years. I've seen it all, bro. Like, when mail was heavy.
How much more time you got?
About 13 more years.
I thought with the government you could retire in 20.
Nah, you could retire in 20, but I don't have the age. But it defeats the purpose.
You could retire now and start another career.
Nah, I like my job, bro. Believe it or not, I like my job.
I mean, I believe it. I know plenty that I know, but I've also known a few that worked for the post office and quit pretty early. They couldn't take the walking.
Bro, it couldn't take the walking, the weather, like winter and summer.
All year round.
Bro, we was outside with COVID. Like, we work, bro. Like, there is no off days for us.
Yeah,
like,
I ain't gonna front. I definitely appreciate the post workers. Shout out to all post workers. I know quite a few of y'all.
Yeah. Shout out to all the people who out here delivering. Postal workers, FedEx, UPS.
Postal workers, FedEx.
Yeah.
If you do anything postal, FedEx, UPS, DHL.
Yeah, all of that. Like, listen. And I'm gonna say something right now. Make sure you guys, and I know I'm not supposed to say this, but I don't care. It's my podcast. I'm gonna say it.
I say it. Make sure you tip the motherfuckers around the holidays.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, your words, not mine, but it's said.
Except for this motherfucker. Don't tip him. He lazy. All he do is get in the car and just pull up and put his hand out. That's some lazy shit.
That's wild though.
Even the Grubhub drivers, even the Grubhub drop-off delivery people work harder.
That is not true. Just remember, when I started working in the post office, there was no Grubhub drivers. Man, bro, 2006 I started, bro.
2006 I was on the West Coast.
Damn, that's right. When did you come this way?
I came back 2008.
Yeah, a lot of people.
2008, 2010. I was back and forth.
Yeah, so to give people like a introductory to how long we've known each other, like it's been shit. I started. For those who know, we met each other through the circuit. We're not going to talk about what the circuit is. Just know that we met each other there. It was about 2015. No, 2013. I think I started. Yeah,
That's when you started?
I think 2013, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I came in 2007, 2008. I was back and forth.
Yeah, I think if anybody ever seen the first picture I took with you, they wouldn't even recognize you.
Well, I was like,
yo, yeah, yeah, man.
Send me that picture if you can find it.
I think I got it on Facebook still, but yeah, like you're like a totally different person, man. So matter of fact, that's a good tie-in. So what made you lose all that weight? Because like I'm not gonna lie, he was no exaggeration. He y'all know he's known as Mac, but I know him as Twin. But he was a big dude when I met him, like a big dude. He was like pushing over 3, right?
No, I was pushing. The heaviest I've ever been was 283.
Oh, okay, 283. All right.
The heaviest I've ever been. And the funny shit is, I'm like 245 right now, but I'm 245.
Because in words, if you say you lost 40 pounds, you wouldn't think. But if you look at you now from that 283, but it's a difference.
You gotta realize 2 years ago I was as low as like 169.
Really? You was that? Oh, that's right. When you was going to competition, yeah.
Yeah, and I hated that shit. And right now I just I feel like I lift. Lift all fucking day, do push-ups for my. I don't know. I might not want to really curse too much on here today, but I do a lot of push-ups. I got my treadmill. I got my sauna in here. I'm in the gym 5 times a week. It's just all about consistency. And finally, I'm getting that size that I really want, where people sit back and be like it's funny how when like I wear a tank top versus where I wear a shirt, where you could tell I lift. Like you can see my chest sits up, and people are like, "Damn, how heavy do you lift?" I lift a lot. Mm-hmm. What's your max? I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'm being an asshole, but I really don't know what my max is. I mean, I sit down underneath that bench and go underneath 315 just to play with it. Mm-hmm. That's just what I do.
But you hitting 315, but you got spotters with you.
Sometimes.
I be in the gym and I'm like, I want to go heavy like that, but I'm like, if I don't have anybody with me to spot me, I'm not doing it. Because one thing I did learn in the gym is don't be an ego lifter. That's your biggest downfall. Like if you see people lifting heavy and then you try to decide to go do it, knowing that you don't warm up, one, and knowing you normally don't hit that heavyweight, don't try to play yourself.
I'm gonna be an asshole, right? And I'm sure a couple of my clients are gonna watch this, right? But I only stretch in the morning and stretch in the evening, right? Before I go to bed. Mm-hmm. I get up. I don't stretch when I get to the gym. And my warm-up sets, depends on how I feel, might be 135, or I just might jump straight to 2 1/4. But usually it's 135. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I always jump to 2 1/4, but for my bench press or something like that, it's usually 135. I may go a little bit heavier just to get the grasp of what I'm getting ready to do. I don't go heavy with the bicep curls, because I think we spoke on our last podcast with the bicep. Mm-hmm. I'm still scared to tear that muscle. Yeah. I mean, workout injuries are a real thing. And I don't think people realize that too. Like, have you had a bad injury? I mean, I still got a broken bone in my foot. And yeah, I still do legs. I mean, you have to. That's me. I had surgery a few years ago, and the doctor didn't really want me in the gym too quick, but as soon as the day he said, "You can go lift light," what's light? Mm-hmm. My light is not ordinary people light. Like when I tell my clients we lift in light, they be like, "You full of shit." Mm-hmm. My light is not. How? You're right, because like my light might not be your light. You get what I'm saying? But like, how is it when you can't go to the gym? What does that feel like for you? Because I can tell you, like me and you had this conversation recently. Like I've been consistent since I want to say so normally during the Christmas rush, my job is really heavy around Christmas rush when it comes to packages and stuff. This year, I did something different. So normally every year I usually take off from about, I want to say the first week of December, and I don't go back to the first week of January. This year I was like, you know what? I'm not stopping it. It is what it is. I'm going to still go. You guys switch your schedule up. Yeah. So I pretty much been consistent from the end of I want to say the middle of December up until now. This is probably the most consistent I've been. But I know some days I need rest. But I'll tell you one thing, on those days when I need rest, I can tell you right now, it's the worst feeling in the world. Like if I'm taking a break. Rest is when muscles recover the most, when you get that actual rest. Mm-hmm. So it depends on what you rest in. You could do each muscle twice a week, but you need to sleep. Sleep is essential. I'm the last person to talk about sleep. because I don't sleep often. I'm still on that bullshit sleep schedule that I've been on for years.
Mm-hmm.
But when your body tells you really just shut it down. Just chill for a day or two. And it's okay, you know, but once you get back in, you're going to get back in. Like I tell anybody, if you go on vacation, make sure you find a gym. I mean, you don't got to do nothing crazy. I'm not a fan of the Purple Palace still, but if you got to go to the Purple Palace, you go to the Purple Palace and you get some sets in, you know, just to keep the muscles warm and keep them getting some tension.
And if you can't get to the gym, do some push-ups, do some calisthenics. That helps too, right?
Push-ups, do some dips, do some squats, and you don't have to. You can do straight body weight stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Put a book bag on your back. Put a bunch of books in there, something, you know, and go ahead and do it. Be good.
Yeah.
Take some bottles of water, put it in the bag. Squats, curls.
So, what's the biggest advice you would give your clients?
Don't do what I do. That's how I start off every. You know, when I first meet a new client, you may sit back, especially men. You know. Because a lot of these gyms now have a lot of women in it. So we have a lot of dudes that have big egos. And
ego lifting, what I just mentioned.
It's not even the ego lifting. It's more so I don't want to be overshadowed by him. You know, so people will think that, you know, he's stronger than me. I am stronger. You know, and I'm not, in my own words, I'm going to say I'm not human. I'm not the average human where you've trained with me before, and I just go and go. You know, I don't get tired very easily in the gym. You know, I would have to put in a crazy session at night, you know, and then go back, get up first thing in the morning, and just keep going in another session for me probably to get fatigue in the muscles. But I've been around clients who get around females, and they try and do some of the dumbest shit ever just to impress a female. And I'm like, yo, the female's not impressed. Like, I hate to say it, you know, but let's think about it. Us dudes, when we lift heavy in the gym, right, or our physique, you know, females might look at us in the gym and be like, oh, he looks good, his body looks nice. Or they might see us lift heavy and just look, but they're not going to say nothing. It's dudes that talk to us in the gym and be like, yo, what you do, man? It's the dudes that's going to talk to you and give you the most compliments. And most times, females are not going to really talk to you in the gym. So, you know, don't worry about the female. Get your work done in the gym, and everything is going to end up coming to where you need it to be. So I always tell my clients, you know, focus on your goals. Don't worry about my goals, because my goal is not going to be the same as yours. Don't worry about the next man. Don't worry about man B or C or D. Worry about you, because you're going to get where you need to be when you need to get there, especially if you put the work in.
If you going to the gym just to check for females to pay attention to you, then you're going to the gym for the wrong thing anyway.
Yeah. Go to Planet Fitness.
Yeah,
man. My machine so I can work.
Yeah, exactly. So what made you decide to go on this weight loss journey and actually get into bodybuilding?
Yo, the funny thing is, shout out to my dude Rodney St. Cloud. A lot of, you know, people that used to be in the exotic male entertainment business.
I forgot you was part of that life at one point.
Oh yeah, women that remember Hot Rod. Hot Rod was my right hand man right there. Hot Rod, me and Hot Rod. Still to this day, Hot Rod is on some whole other lifestyle with this, but shout him out. You know, between him and one of the biggest bodybuilders in the world, Kai Green, you know, those were two of the people that really I've been around in the gym and pushed me to be like, yo, do this, do that. So years ago, before I even got sick, it was also like, you know, I'm in the gym training to get good, training to be, I want to be the sexy beast motherfucker. That's all I wanted to be, you know. I was an entertainer. It was all about having my body in pristine shape. And at one point, it wasn't about, you know, just going out there trying to be a bodybuilder. It was just like, yo, I started off to, you know, to keep the women happy, you know, at the time. And then it was also more so for me to be entertained. But then after I got sick and the doctor took me out the gym, I put on a lot of weight. And I think, you know, you met me shortly after I had came out the gym, and instead of me just working, instead of me just walking and doing other stuff to keep the body in some type of shape, I did the opposite. I just ate 8. You know, so when I moved back from the West Coast, I moved into the West Coast in 2003. I moved back, and I was back in between 2007 and 2010. So I was back and forth. So when I finally came back, you know, and I decided to join my old club, I was already a fat pig, you know, and it was. But the fun thing about it was I didn't realize how big I was until I seen the picture, like in 2014, 2015, and I'm like, you know, I seen the picture, and I'm like, damn, I didn't realize I was that big, and you know, I had kidney issues, you know, I had a ton of stuff going on with me, and it was just more so like, yo, you got to get this shit in order. And then 2020 came around, and I ended up getting a kidney transplant. And I promised my little sister, I was like, yo, I'm gonna do everything in my power, you know, to keep this kidney the best way I possibly can. So the one dream I always had was, you know, I was just like, yo, Kai and Rodney, you know, I always told them I'm gonna get on stage, and I had never got on stage. So 2022, 22 or 23, I don't remember what it was, but
I think it was 23.
But then it was like, yo, I'm gonna get on stage, put this effort in, and just bust my ass. You know, shout out to Dougie Fitflex. You know, he was my coach. Shout out to Barry Diesel, you know, my other coach. And, you know, they put me on a straight crazy routine. You know, me and Doug are no longer together, but, you know, we're still my brother. We still talk. But Diesel's still around. Diesel still, you know, Diesel understood the fact that I wanted to put some size on and get into, you know, more of the open bodybuilding. So his whole thing was like, yo, we got to put more calories in your body. We got to lift a lot heavier. We got to do this. We got to do that. So it was just like, slowly I started to pack on the size get bigger and bigger. You know, I got a gut right now, but the rest of the body is just chiseled. You know, the gut I can take away, and we're working on the gut now for October. So debating whether or not I'm gonna compete in 2027 or not. And I think, you know, I'll be 50 in June, so I might just compete around my birthday, just do one last show, and just shut it down and retire from the bodybuilding competition with it.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned the whole thing with the kidneys. Like I know about the story, whatever. But let's put it in perspective for people who don't know. Like, how bad did it get for you when it came to your kidneys?
I have a disease, and I always could say I have because it's still what I have. You know, even though my 2 natural kidneys were taken out of my body, but I have a disease called polycystic kidney disease, and it got bad. I died a couple of times. You know, had to be brought back. You know, shout out to, you know, everybody that's been in my family. You know, my friends that's held me down. It took a lot.
How do you feel about it now? No, I know I don't really talk about it too much. I just want to know, like, just let people a little bit into your life about like the process and the struggle that came with it, and you know how you overcame it at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah, 7 years on dialysis. You know, tons of medication, tons of sleepless nights, tons of days crying, not sure what's gonna happen the next day, the next minute, next second. A lot of the unknown, you know, and it was mental and physical. So, you know, some people would be like, oh, you know, some of this, some of that. Nah, it was mental and a physical, you know, beat down. It was a badass beat down that I was dealing with. You know, a lot of people that deal with ailments of their body, they understand like it's a mental and physical thing, and it takes over and becomes very taxing. And that's where I was out. So, you know, shout out to everybody that held down for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to you for overcoming it too, and getting the kidney and changing your life around. Actually, it's a story. Like, you literally went from on death's door to where you at now. I mean, you making moves right now, but it's been a process to get to where you at right now.
Definitely, you know. And again, you know, I could always sit here and say I did it by myself, but that would be a lie. You know, I've had people in my corner that's held shit down. You know, I was at a point where I was so fucked up. You know, I was fucking other people's lives up. You know, and I won't say it was physically because I wasn't fucking about it, but it was more so the family, my household. You know, my household was on a mental. It was a mental roller coaster. You know, with them, emotional roller coaster, dealing with the stuff that I was dealing with. So my whole household was kind of fucked up. But I was dealing with mentally and physically. And it wasn't like I put it on them on purpose. Like, hey, I want to get fucked up. You know, I want to be sick. I want this. You know, it was just like, you know, depression, anxiety, everything was kicking in. And it was like, yo, I don't want to do this. I want to die. You know, doctors, you know, sitting back, sending therapists. You know, E was on the other half. She was just fucked up behind it. Talking to the nurses and the doctors. Oh, we got to get them help. You know, my moms, my aunts, you know, my kids.
Yeah, it's a whole family, man.
Yeah.
What was the biggest takeaway you got from that whole situation?
Biggest takeaway. I experienced it, you know, and I got to a point where I could experience it, and whenever I had, it's a beautiful thing because there are so many people dealing with kidney disease, diabetes. I don't have diabetes, but diabetes can lead to kidney disease, and so many people reach out. You know, I have family members that have dealt with the issue, that they reach out and they want to talk to me and just get my input on things that they should do. You know, so it's a beautiful thing where what life taught me, I can reach out and teach others. I've been asked, you know, I still get asked to write that book, and I don't know if I have a desire right now. You know, at one point I sat back and I reached out to a few people about, you know, helping me pen the book. It would be a whole thing where I talk about how my life was from the old way coming up to where I'm at today. You know, the positive versus the negative.
Now, well, when you're ready to write the book, you'll write it. You'll know when the time is right.
Yeah, I believe so. But you know, if not, you know, people that know me know the story. You know, people that's been around me, you know, I laugh when people be like, "Yo, who let you get into education? Do they know who you are or who you were?" And it's like, it's who I was, not who I am.
That's what I was gonna say. The key thing is who you were, because that's not who you are now.
Yeah.
So education. How did you get into education, and how did that go into what you're doing right now currently?
Shout out to my homegirl Jeffers. I mean, even the family, E, moms, aunt, uncles, grandparents, all with education. I'm like, I don't want to do this shit. Let me go the opposite route. And I ended up going healthcare. And when I went into healthcare, I was doing real well. Financially, I was doing amazing. I got sick. And they pulled that plug and was like, you can't go back to work until you get cleared. And this was April of 2010. So a lot of times that you guys see me on the set, I wasn't working. You know, but we all know I had that hustle. Because we're on deck. So it was always, you know, again, another lifestyle ago. It was always about, you know, making sure my kids were straight and making sure I had some money in my pocket. And I couldn't be a bum on the set, you know.
I mean, you had the drinks. Shout out to you. You had me out here with these drinks in the summertime, getting the movies, pushing them things, man.
I was pushing them all year round, though. That was my main source of income.
I was coming out there to Queens in the summertime or after work, pick up the drinks, man. You had a nice little gathering going too. You had a nice little clientele too behind that.
I mean, it was weird because I had a good 10, 15 people working for me. So it was going nice for years. Then I turned out and switched up and got into this health fitness thing. And it was like, yo, I can't promote fitness and still be here doing this. So, you know, I mean, people still call me for special orders and stuff like that, and I'll oblige, but it's not like I'm not going to these events, you know, with coolers selling. If it got to it, if I had to, I'm sure I would.
So where does the education come into play?
My homegirl Jeffers, years ago, she called me and she was like, I was doing, you know, with the circuit, I was doing a lot of teen summits, talking to a lot of kids. And my homegirl, she was like, yo, there's an after school program and I know I can get you a job. And I'm like, yo, I don't really like kids like that. Like, I love kids. I love doing stuff for kids, but I can't see myself actually working with kids. She's like, yo, come give it a try. Love it. And I'm like, for a couple of months, I just kept on like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm good. And one day she called me and she was like, yo, She was like, yo, you should really give it a try. And I'm like, yo, you know what? Send me the information. And I did it. And I loved it. And that was 2015, 2016. Here I am, just up and down from working at school to being director of a charter school.
What was that like? How was it like dealing with all of those kids on a daily basis?
Yo, the one thing I realized is, right, especially as a father of 4 girls, you know, and I'm a grandfather now, 2 kids, boy and a girl. But the one thing about being a parent, we always say as a parent, not my kid, not my kid.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get into the education field, you got to realize, like, yo, my kids act like this. And at one point in time, I acted the same way. So you can't say not my kid. And, you know, you got to develop a relationship with the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Because parents usually are the biggest headaches. You're not going to really get the headache from the kids. Even though you got some kids who are misunderstood. I'm not going to say kids are bad, because most kids aren't bad. They just misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
And they come from a family that's used to not telling them no. So when you get in an environment where you're told, no, you can't do this right now, most kids don't know how to react to that, so they'll act out behind it.
Mm.
But it's amazing, you know. You never know what a kid's gonna say to you. You know, I get teased because I got the bald head, you know, and I love it. You know, I'm the one person that if you want to try and roast me, bring a lunch bag.
That's when you know you got a good relationship with the kids, though, because if they roast you and you roast them back and they find it funny just as much as you find it funny, y'all didn't develop the relationship. Yeah. But they also know when you get serious, they have to respect that too.
Oh, no, I mean, kids know, you know, shout out to you when I was at OWN. You know, when I walk into the classroom, you know, if kids are acting up and I get called into that classroom, behaviors automatically change. So the respect from the kids and the parents and from the other educators was amazing. You know, it's great because I still get phone calls now from my old job, and they're like, yo, such and such is acting up. Tell them I'll be there after school. No, don't tell Mr. Micklin.
Mm.
So it's like, you know, just by saying my name, thinking the kid thinking I'm going to pull up to the school, you know, behaviors will change. So it's only but so much I can do. It's not like I can take them and pull the belt out, you know.
It's
just like, you know, you got to understand, you know, once it comes to like a discipline, you know, you just got to give them that presence. And once you hear them, like you allow them to talk and you talk back to them, it's usually understanding. It doesn't matter what age they are. You know, they could be 5 years old up to 18 years old. You know, all you got to do is give that respect and just hear them out first. But most kids are just misunderstood. So once they understand where you're coming from, you understand where they're coming from, you can go real far with it.
Mm. So, how long were you in that field for?
Still in.
Oh, you're still in?
Still in the field. I mean, I started my own business, as you see, TL Mac Enrollment Solutions. So we working on, it's not just education. We working on businesses, getting more exposure, working on marketing, social media websites where I have a video crew that come out to your establishment and film for you so you can put stuff on Instagram, Facebook, whatever other social media platforms you have, as well as your website. And we also do commercial building. So we'll work on a commercial 15 or 30 seconds, and then I'll push your commercial to networks. So I have relationships with Next Star Entertainment, which houses Pix 11, or most people know it as CW. I have a relationship with Fox. Fox also is the owner of Tubi. I have a relationship with PSP Publications, Odyssey Radio, which is the house of CBS FM 105.1, and a host of other networks. I have a lot of different. I'm back in contact now with Spectrum, so anybody that's looking for connections for commercials on Spectrum, I also got that as well.
So what would you say is the biggest pro and con about starting this business?
Getting people to trust you and believe that you have the connections that you say you have. But, you know, all it is, you know, make the phone call. And if I got to put you on the phone with some of these executives from these networks, all I got to do is make a phone call, they answering for me. You know, I laugh. You know, I mean, you've seen me pull up to a lot of shows, wrestling matches, concerts, stuff like that, baseball games, basketball games. I haven't paid for an event in many years, so shout out to my vendors, you know, and the people that support what I'm doing, because they, you know, I got tickets right now that people want me to look at for a couple of baseball games. You know, I'm definitely going to that 49er Giant game.
Oh yeah, I am too. I missed it last year. I will not make that mistake this year.
I don't know why you missed it, because somebody had tickets for you, and somebody told you they had tickets for you.
Yeah.
And you was like, you called you as soon as you was like, yo, how much? I said, free. Pull up.
Yeah. I promise you, I won't make that mistake this year. I will not. I feel like I was given a second chance to go back. I'm not missing it this year.
Listen, I had so much fun, and it was crazy. Shout out to, I can't remember, was it Fox that gave us that? Those tickets? Yeah, it was Fox. Shout out to Fox, because as soon as the game was over, I left MetLife and went straight to Madison Square Garden for a Knicks game.
Oh, word? Yeah. Oh, yeah. World champion Knicks, by the way.
Yeah, world champion Knicks. So I got to see my Niners, you know. And then we actually left. My brother went with me. He didn't come to the Knicks game, but I drove up with my old coworkers. I met them at Madison Square Garden. It was, and the next day, you know, it was a wrap. That Monday, I didn't even go to work.
I know. I had to know you was. I knew it.
That Monday was like, and I drove to MetLife. Yo, if anybody that goes to MetLife, right, for a football game, take the train. Right? I didn't know that you don't pay regular parking at MetLife. You got to go on StubHub or whatever and buy your tickets. I paid like almost $300 for a parking spot.
Really?
Bro. Excuse me. If I knew that ahead of time, and then I turned around, and my man Low Key, shout out to Low Key, who worked at Madison Square Garden, he was like, yo, you can find parking around the garden outside on the street. $70 to park in the parking lot.
Yep. I've been to a couple of Knicks games. I can tell you for a fact it is not cheap to park. I usually get on the app and get a parking spot before I even go.
Yeah, but
I know it was last minute too, so you had to make
now I know, you know. So I'll take the train. You know, I'll take the Long Island Railroad into to Penn and hop on the New Jersey Transit or PATH train, whatever goes to MetLife. Take it right back, and I'll park somewhere on this side where I could not pay for parking.
I don't know. I'm lazy like that. I ain't gonna front. I have to drive into MetLife. I'll deal with it. I just have to get the parking pass.
Nah, but yo, I'm not paying $300 to park, bro.
No. I feel you. I won't pay $300 to park either. But there was the apps you could have got the tickets, right? For the parking.
StubHub, right? But that's what they all the price. The cheapest price that I seen one, and I seen one at one point was like $245. And when I pressed the button to buy it, somebody bought it already.
Oh.
I was pissed. Like,
how was it getting in and out the stadium?
Getting into the stadium is kind of odd because I got there early for the tailgate.
Yeah.
Getting out, that's a whole different ball game right there. You know, you easily looking at sitting, getting out, maybe an hour or so.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But if you get on the train, you wait for the train to leave, and you out.
Yeah, it's crazy getting It's crazy to get in and out of that stadium, especially with all those thousands of people there. That is bananas.
It's all of them. You look at Citi Field, you look at Yankee Stadium. You know, UBS is right up the way. So, but
Yankee Stadium for me is easy. I could walk home, if I really wanted to.
That's the only thing good about the Bronx is Yankee Stadium. That's it.
Wow.
I don't care about them faces.
Look. I'm not a big fan of him, but I will say this: you ain't see Jay-Z performing in Brooklyn. So I'm gonna just say that.
What you mean? I seen him perform when he opened up the Barclays.
No, I'm talking about now.
He will perform in Barclays.
He win.
He don't say he did. He opened up Barclays.
No, I'm talking about now.
Nah, we don't have a stadium. There's no stadium in Brooklyn.
What are you talking about? You have Barclays. You literally just said it.
No, you gotta look at Barclays. You can fit Barclays and Madison Square Garden inside Yankee Stadium.
No, I understand that, But what I'm saying is that
So he been there. He did that.
Of all boroughs, he chose the best borough to have
No,
his.
he chose the place with the biggest park where he could make the most money. Yankee Stadium is bigger than Citi Field.
I mean, Yankees are better than the Mets too, but who's really
Yeah, I
counting?
mean, I'm a Yankee fan too, so I
Yeah,
mean, we got to talk about that.
yeah,
But
exactly. But I get what you're saying.
I mean, they should have a stadium out here in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, so and maybe I mean they should become the Brooklyn Bombers and not the Bronx Bombers.
Nah, chill. Don't take my team here. Go steal.
I mean, that's where they belong.
Go steal the team from Queens, but leave my team from the Bronx
Nah,
alone.
leave the Mets alone.
It's so bad nobody wants them. That's crazy.
No, I mean, I ain't good fun. I done seen a couple of they colors kind of. I mean, because they the Mets colors. I mean, the Knicks colors.
Yeah. So you could get away with that if you really wanted to.
You can't wear Mets and say, yo, I'm representing the Knicks. Two different things.
So Mets, what is it? The Mets, the Knicks, and the Islanders all got the same colors? I think the Islanders got that blue and orange too. Yeah.
The Rangers is red.
Yeah. Rangers stood out on their own. So did the Giants, even though they both suck. But that's neither here nor there.
And the Nets what's the Nets? The Nets is black and gray.
Yeah, because they suck too. But that goes without saying either.
Yeah.
They should have stayed in Jersey.
I mean, you always get tickets to a Nets game. I mean, we got the Liberty out here. Liberty be putting in work.
Yeah, Liberty be putting up. Liberty be bringing more people out than the Nets. So I hate to say it like that, but it's true though. I mean,
what's good with you though? What's really good with you? We got to eventually get in and talk about what we're doing as far as the 2920 network. What we got going on. So, I mean, first we could talk about us, and we could just shoot the breeze.
So I got some ideas. Absolutely, stay hydrated, especially nowadays. We got some things coming up though. We got some things coming up.
Yeah,
There's some things.
There's some things. It's sitting on the stove, just
it's simmering right now. Yeah. It's like starting the car in the wintertime. It's warming up right now. It's coming though.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun because we got some people we got a person that that I know when we bring him on.
Very, 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 very interesting figure that when he comes on the
guy right there.
When his words are said on a podcast, trust me, you will pay attention to it.
That's my guy. You know what? And I'm gonna say, shout out to my brother Kato, right? And I'm gonna say it like this, it's weird. Like I could be going through something and not say nothing to anybody, and he'll send me a meme talking about exactly what I'm going through and get me through it. And I'm like, I always send like, how the fuck you knew I was going through that? And he'd be like, we bonded.
It'd be like that. You don't have too many people like that in your life. So when someone knows you're going through something and they can send you something right off the top, that person's meant to be in your life for whatever reason it is.
Yeah. I remember when he used to see me and I was doing all these community events, and he used to call me the circuit mayor or the circuit governor. I don't remember what it was. But he was like, I know the real you. I know the real you. And it used to be funny, like, I'm like, this is me. He'd be like, yeah, I know you. This ain't you. I mean, not saying that I wouldn't be who I was, but it was like I had that, that skull side to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
but
he was like, we know the truth.
Absolutely. So we're gonna do a part 2 on this one. But before I get off with you on this one, I gotta ask you, because I ask everybody the same thing. Mm-hmm. You've been through a lot in your life, especially within the last 15 years or so. So I'm gonna ask you this one question. You being yourself now, what would you now at your age tell your younger self?
Focus. Always focus. Don't worry about what's going on around you. Don't worry about what's going on in the streets. Maintain the education, because people can't take that education from you. Stay in school. Stay focused. Don't worry about the young ladies that's outside. Don't worry about the clothes, because all that's going to come.
Yeah, I think that was an important thing to say, because I don't really think a lot of people understand what you said, because we've all fell victim to that. Like we all in our life one time or another has worried about what other people think of us, have worried about what other people might feel about us. And it's not until you get older and go through things when you start to realize that, and I don't normally curse on this show, but when you start to realize you don't really gotta give a fuck about what nobody think about you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem.
Exactly.
We so busy focused on what everybody else got going on that we not focused on what we got.
Exactly.
Like we are to everybody. Somebody's always looking up to what we're doing. You know, whether we the biggest drug dealer, the biggest rapper, the biggest person in this. There's somebody behind us that's watching what we're doing to see which way we go.
That's what's up. So thanks a lot, Mac, for being my guest. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff in the works coming up.
Appreciate you, bro.
I want people to stay tuned. Like, we have a lot of things coming up. Like, this has been a talk between me and him for a minute, and I think we about to really put this to use. And we about to.
You fucked up. We not about to. We are putting it to use because it's already being worked up. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely in motion.
Shout out to the Wolf Den. You'll see what that is soon too.
Oh yeah. You know what? I will have you guys on the show too. You guys will be talking about that too.
Shout out to the Wolf Den.
Yeah.
Listen, and we're gonna I'll say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be as nice as possible. Keep your feelings to yourself.
Yeah. And because I know exactly what you mean when you say that. So yeah.
Because the political backlash that we're gonna get when we start the Wolves Den, it's not gonna be. We're not gonna say everything that most people want to hear or most people agree with, but there are gonna be some people who be like, "Damn, I thought that, but I just didn't want to say it." We're gonna say it for you.
I mean, let's be honest. How many people really feel that way on a daily basis anyway?
People are scared of what other people think.
Exactly. So with that being said, thanks again for being my guest, man, and I appreciate you.
56 days.
Let's go. Niner Nation, baby. Let's get it.
Bang, bang. TL Mac Fitness, we here. TL Mac Enrollment Solutions.
That's right. Let them know.